Hi, welcome back to the Positive Prepper. There's a couple of things I want to talk about today, just really briefly. This will be a short video. The question, I guess, today is, when is enough going to be enough? We know, or I hope that we all know, that a certain group of people are never going to be satisfied. No amount of mandates or status protections or protocols will ever be enough for people. And because of that, the more that we accept things as they are and move on, then the next thing comes and we accept that and we move on. And we have been seeing for a long time, especially in Australia and certain other places. If you see me glancing over this way, I am keeping tabs on when the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict comes in, because I know that that's super important as well. So I've got the TV on, so I just got to check and make sure that it's not on. Anyways, so when is enough going to be enough? Now, I would say most people, and please correct me wrong in the comments section below, but I would say most people are law-abiding citizens. We are going to try to follow the laws regardless of how unjustified or, in some cases, insane the law is. What we have to remember, though, is a lot of the things that are taking place are not law. They are mandates. Okay? And they are constitutionally void. And so we really have to think about where our enough is enough is at. There was a husband of a nurse. She was going to be terminated from her job because of the snake bite that she was against. And the husband finally came out in this article and said that the time for talk is over. We need to take the fight to communism and stop it. I tend to agree with that. I don't know what your thoughts are, but enough is enough. Criminals don't follow the law. And without rule of law, we become a nation of, with the rioting and the looting and the burning things down, and these groups, these violent groups, these extremist groups, having their way with everything. You look at what's going on right now outside of the courthouse in Kenosha, Wisconsin. This case has absolutely zero to do with race. But they already have BLM and Antifa parking their butts outside the door because, God forbid, if the jury does their job, and I'm not in their shoes, so I'm not going to judge. You know, and but if they do their job, I'm just going to say it that way. If they do their job and they come out with a certain verdict, they've already threatened destruction. Why? Why are they being allowed to even say that? They shouldn't be. And there should be more of us that go over there and say, oh, no, you didn't. Okay, we're going to take this on. They do have National Guard in the area, 500, I believe, right outside of Kenosha, just waiting for the verdict to see what happens. A lot of people are coming out. A lot of activists are saying, just keep your cool heads. My problem is, why are they there to begin with? This was not a racially motivated case. It is a white kid with white victims, alleged, with white mostly white jurors. What does this have to do? And this is what I'm talking about when I say that there are certain people that will never be satisfied. Okay? When is that enough going to be enough? Just my thoughts. A couple other things just to be aware of. So, Russia's been, they tested this anti-satellite weapon that they have. My understanding is the space station sort of had to dodge away from some of the debris that was coming from the satellite that the Russians blew up. And then they are also suspected of tampering with Norway's undersea surveillance by cutting out some of their undersea surveillance cables. Russia is one to keep an eye on. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're preparing for. And you combine that with Chinese long-range hypersonic missiles and our inability, our meaning the United States, our inability to stop anything like that from coming. And then you have the things that are happening now. Austria, they're drawing their line in the sand between the snake bit and the unsnake bit. And basically, if you have not been bit, excuse me, if you have not been bit, then you have to be in full lockdown. So they're segregating their country based on who complies and who doesn't. Australia, as we know, has been really insane about this stuff. And I want you to keep in mind as a prepper that this is why we prep. Okay? This is why we prep. Because with everything that's going on with the southern border, with Russia, with China, with the unconstitutional mandates, with the things that these other countries are doing, and the need for certain groups of people to continue this kind of behavior and their insatiable appetite for chaos, there's no solution for any of this in sight. Think about it. What are they doing for inflation? What are they doing to stop the border crisis? What are they doing to help the supply chains? What are they doing to stop Russia and China? What are they doing about these unconstitutional mandates? Nothing. What are they doing about the energy crisis, which for us folks in the Midwest is going to be extremely harmful to many people this winter, and everyone else too, but the word is that the Midwest is going to be hit particularly hard. And then you combine that with the winter that's coming, and if we have blackouts, if we have fuel shortages, propane shortages, heating energy shortages, a lot of people are going to be affected. But what are they doing about it? What are the solutions? Has anybody heard of any? If you have, please put them in the comments section below. Okay. It is a difficult and challenging time period that we're in right now, and I fear that because we're only in November, that this is just the beginning of what's going to be coming this winter. And it's not looking real pretty, folks, as I'm sure you well know. But this is why we prep. Okay? But it's also the time in history right now where we have to say enough is enough. And if words can't convince people otherwise, then maybe it's time that we back those words up. Take care and God bless.